And we're recording. So we have with us Josh from Combat Crochet. Josh was actually going to be my very first interview, but like a fool, I forgot to click the record button the first time around. So we're doing it again, and it'll be even better this time, won't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for having me on here.
Oh, of course. Thank you for coming on, especially after I made such a silly mistake before.
Oh, no, it was perfectly fine. It was a good practice run.
Oh, good, good, good. So anyway, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Josh, and I served in the military for 15 years. And when I got out, I was injured during one of my deployments. And when I got out, I was looking for a positive outlet, something healthy for myself, mentally and physically. Because I was kind of making some pretty bad decisions at the time, and um, I started losing a lot of brothers from PTSD. So I was looking for something to help me cope with my own PTSD and post war trauma. And I've always been into arts and crafts. I've always loved art and painting and music and all of that. And so I remembered watching my grandma crochet when I was younger and how peaceful and calm she was when she was doing it. And so I thought I'd give it a try. And I went and bought some material, got on YouTube, found some really good basic tutorials, and it's just been downhill from there. And what I found was crochet was more than just creating art or creating a project or making a blanket. It was therapeutic. It was almost like a form of meditation. When I am working on a project, I'm able to completely focus on that project, whatever I'm working on. It blocks out all the other stuff that's going on around me, all of the busy life, the busy job, traffic, all of that stuff. And it really helped me start to learn some coping mechanisms as far as being able to control my PTSD and my anxiety and things like that. And here we are. So I thought I would start Combat Crochet and kind of maybe influence some of my brothers and sisters that serve too to try something out and try something out of the ordinary. And it's just kind of expanded to an all-inclusive thing now, trying to help everybody.
And how long ago was it that you picked up the hook?
I picked up the hook probably about 7 years ago is when I actually got serious about it. I very, very lightly messed around with it when I was in the military. I never took it really seriously. But when I decided to get serious with crochet, when it really started to help me, it was about 7 years ago.
And how long after you came out of the military was that?
Probably about it was less than a year.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So how long have you been involved in social media?
Well, I've always had an Instagram and a Facebook. I started a YouTube channel a few years ago that didn't really work out for me. I was too busy with work and everything. And then maybe 6 months ago, I started a TikTok and posted a video of just me crocheting, and it kind of blew up from there. So I said, maybe there's something there. Maybe I can use social media to reach more people and build my platform and help more people learn how to crochet and learn how to handle PTSD. So yeah, it was about 6 months ago when I created it.
That's cool. That's cool. And it certainly has taken off in that
Thank
time.
you. Yeah.
And you've talked about helping others with PTSD by well, teaching them crochet for one thing, and all the well, everything that crochet does for you, really. So and how's that gone?
It's going great. I actually got a couple of the guys that I actually served with. There was a little bit of ribbing involved, a lot of ribbing involved. All of my Army buddies were kind of poking fun at me for a little bit. Then they saw how much it was helping me. So that was kind of like the breakthrough moment when I actually convinced about 3 or 4 of them to try it. and they were getting the same results as I was from it. It was helping them remain calm. It was teaching them how to breathe when they were getting anxious. And these are guys that were not that long ago talking about suicide, and they were having problems with their family and things like that. And to see them go from where they were to where they are now has just been amazing to see it work.
So people talk about it as like a meditative practice, or even a prayerful practice. Is that what you find?
That's exactly, yeah, that's pretty much the best way I can compare it to something else. Is it's very meditative. You're learning how to focus your mind and focus your eyes, and just stay completely locked onto one thing. The repetition in the stitches when you're repeating each stitch is very therapeutic and calming. At least for me, it is. I'm kind of borderline OCD, so that was really helpful with me too. But yeah, it's very meditative.
Cool, cool. So so you use the phrase borderline OCD. Does that make you a perfectionist with your crochet work?
With the crochet, yes. Not so much everywhere else.
mm, mm, mm. In fact, on one of my Topic Tuesdays, the topic was actually perfectionism, and where do you draw the line? How far do you take perfectionism? And is it the same all the time? So,
I would say so, yeah.
Well, who do you who uses the things that you crochet? Do you give them away? Do you sell them? Do you donate them? All of the above?
The majority of the stuff that I make is I usually give it away, or I'll donate it to a charity or a homeless shelter and things like that. With hats and scarves, especially close to wintertime, I will donate to veteran homes. There's a couple charities here in Washington that I like to give to. And then I have a couple buddies that started their own nonprofit kind of type of thing. They're in the same lines as this, using different techniques as crochet, but just to help fundraisers and things like that.
Cool, cool. Well, I notice you're wearing one of your new shirts, and you said, as I recall, that particular shirt, or shirts with that design, it's specifically helping the program that a friend of yours has, something like that. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so it was a promotional thing when I first came out with these hoodies. The couple shirts that I'm making, I'm not making them personally, but the couple of the shirts that I'm selling, the majority of that is designs from people who follow me. So I'm using those designs and using them for fundraisers and things like that. There's a T-shirt on my website. The link is in my TikTok bio, but I can send it to you. But that the proceeds from that shirt sale is going towards a Gold Star mom.
Oh, okay, okay. And I recall some reference to an organization that is working to prevent veteran suicides as well.
Yeah, there's a couple that I'm working with. One particularly is called Above Average Leadership, and it's a brother of mine that I served with for pretty much my entire career. He has the same passion and drive for mental health and for veterans, stopping veteran suicide. So that's aboveaverageleadership.com. Travis is fantastic. He's kind of a motivational speaker. He's a little bit more aggressive than Crochet, but yeah, we've worked together.
That's cool. That's cool. So let's see. Well, you've got. I see you have some things to show us right there, right?
Yeah, I came unprepared last time, so the one directly in front of me, this is called Purple Rain. This is a blanket that I'm working on. This is going to be a gift. And then this is one of my first projects that I finished that I kept. My daughter kind of stole it from me, but it's just a giant granny square. Granny squares are probably my second favorite thing to make, and blankets are my number one favorite thing to make. So this was a fun project, and it was a lot of leftover yarn from other projects. So I decided to put into a really big blanket. So
Oh,
I
that
just
was
didn't want to
nice.
come unprepared this time.
Well, last time you had a bunch of granny squares
Yeah.
beside you, as well as the blanket that you're working on. So, and you're making a design in that blanket, alternating waffle stitch with front post, is it?
Yeah. Waffle
Okay.
stitch is my go-to, and so I'm working a pattern to where I'm incorporating the waffle stitch with regular double crochet, and I'm doing waffle stitch almost like a upside down pyramid at the start, and then it reverses all the way through the bottom of the blanket, and then at the base of the blanket, I'm gonna have a special little section where it's almost like the same as a granny pattern where you're skipping two double crochets and then continuing on, and that's particularly for sticking your toes in and curling your toes through the blanket. I don't know. It's something that I've always loved doing is curling my toes and fingers through an Afghan. I think it's just so soothing to me for some reason.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. And that's your own design, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll have the pattern available not long after I finish this blanket. I'm kind of writing it as I go. So I'll have that available.
Do you have many patterns available?
I have a couple granny square patterns and a scarf pattern available on my Ribbler.com account.
Oh,
All
okay.
free. Yeah,
I
I
didn't.
don't feel. I'm sorry. What?
Oh, I was just gonna say I didn't know you had a Ribbler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I love Ribbler. I think it's fantastic.
People keep telling me I should use Ribbler instead of Ravelry, but I just haven't looked into it yet.
I think they're both fantastic. I have a Ravelry too. The one thing I like about Ribbler is that you can take it mobile. It has a mobile app, so you can use it with your iPad or something or your computer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. Cool. That sounds good. So, you mentioned your kids. Do they crochet? Are they interested in learning?
They're interested. They weren't interested until Dad got TikTok famous. Then they thought it was really cool. Now all of a sudden they think it's really cool. All their friends are asking to learn how to crochet, so they're getting into it. They're not quite there yet, but I'm working them into it. They're learning some basic stuff. My both of them are very crafty. They love art and painting and things like that. So hopefully I'll see them crocheting here before too long.
Cool. Cool. Would you be terribly hurt if they took up knitting instead?
No, oh no, that wouldn't bother me at all. I'd be really impressed. My wife knits. She taught herself how to knit. She's really good at it, so it wouldn't bum me out at all if they wanted to get
Ah,
into knitting.
cool. Knitting is a mystery to me.
I don't understand it.
But that's really pretty cool. Cool. Let's see. So the patterns that you have, you mentioned that your favorite thing to do is blankets, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You did say you have a blanket pattern, a scarf, and what was the third one?
It's a blanket, a granny square, and a scarf pattern. A couple different granny square patterns.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool. That's cool. Now, you've mentioned doing commissions before as well.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'll do commissions. I kind of got burned a couple times, so commissions are I don't know how to describe it really well. I kind of go at it very, gently with it because I don't want to lose the commission. Um, but it makes it feel kind of like work to me, and I don't want to suck too much fun out of it. So I'll do commissions sometimes, but for the most part, I'll either give away my stuff or donate it.
that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, yeah, each of us has a different view of that. Lots of our friends do a lot of production work for income. I
Yeah,
don't, but anyway, to each his own. And you've got a day job that serves you.
yeah.
So it's not the crochet is not an income thing for you.
That's the dream, though.
So
The dream is to retire from the regular work life and then just
mhm.
stay home crocheting all day and just selling stuff online.
That would be nice.
That would be fun, especially if my kids start crocheting. I can work them into it too. They can make a little money on the side.
Cool. Cool. Have you ever done, well, I guess if you don't sell much, then you probably haven't done craft fairs or anything like that.
I haven't had a chance. I've done a couple online. Well, since COVID started, I've done a couple virtual fairs. But I'm looking to get into those. I've always wanted to go to one. They have one here every year in Seattle that's supposed to be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm. That's neat. That's neat. What else was I going to ask you? Um, it's last time I was impressed also because we got through all of the information so quickly, and I wanted this to be a longer interview. What else would you like to share?
Not much. I just hope everybody's having a great Memorial Day weekend, and I just really, if you need anything, if you need to talk, if you're struggling with PTSD, anxiety, or anything like that, and you need some help, I'm always available. I try to make myself as available as possible if you need somebody to talk to. But yeah, that's trying to get mental health in the spotlight with this country is not easy.
It's fortunate that we've heard more about it lately.
Yeah,
And this has been Mental Health Awareness Month, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So it is fortunate, but I have a feeling they'll go back. It'll retreat from the spotlight if life returns to whatever normal is.
Yeah.
So, it is good. The work that you're doing with mental health is
Thank you.
pretty admirable. Yeah,
Thank you.
that's cool. Um, well, this has been a pretty brief interview. I've had some of them that go an hour, but um, still, it's been quite enjoyable, and I think that we've done a good job of spreading your message and telling people about you. And I will have links and links in the description, and I will be um, adding photos in when I edit this interview, so um, everyone will be able to see your work and get in touch if they want. And I want to thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Great, great. And of course, thank everybody who's viewing right now for sticking with us this long. And of course, as I always say, subscribe, like, comment, all that standard YouTube crap. And
Yeah.
I'm going to, we have been recording this whole time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to click the end button now.
Okay.
And thanks again. Bye bye.
Thank you.